Alright, welcome to the video. My name's Andrew. You are watching Red Blue Labs. And today we're doing another walkthrough in the TryHackMe library called Kenobi. You're going to enjoy this machine because it's got a lot of interesting things. It has some of my favorite exploits. Anytime I see that on a capture the flag machine, I'm like, great, let's do this. And I just have fun. You can enumerate it. It's just so much fun. Now you might be wondering, I feel like I've seen this room before. I feel like it's not very new. And you might be right. In fact, you are correct. However, I did ask a artificial intelligence this morning if I should do a video on a machine that's like 2 years old. The feedback was quite encouraging. You know, should I do it? And the machine said yes. So here we are doing a walkthrough. Enjoy. First things first, let's join that room. Big old join. Start the machine. And then while it's going through, let's see if we can get some information here. Make sure you deployed it. We're off to a good start. Scan the machine with Nmap. How many ports are open? Okie dokie. All right, we're ready to scan. And we'll do just a basic one. I always throw T4 in there just because I feel like it. Bingo bango. Now the question is, scan the machine with Nmap. How many ports are open? Give it a good old count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Task 1 done. Now they're easing us into this. Thank you, TryHackMe. You're making me feel good today. Let's go to task 2. Now we're gonna do some Samba work here. We've got the ports here. Perfect. We've also got a web server. We got FTP. We've got SSH. We've got NFS functioning here. So like this target machine has a lot of things about it that are appealing. Using Nmap, we can enumerate the machine for SMB shares. Nmap has the ability to automate a wide variety of networking tasks. There's a script to enumerate shares. Oh, look at that. One of the many reasons that I love Nmap is that it's got a ton of scripts. We'll run this one and see if we can maybe run something else as well, just for content. We'll run when it's recommending. And so we're enumerating users. If you don't have a coffee, I'd go ahead and keep the video running while we go through this part and get yourself a coffee or whatever it is you like to drink while you're watching YouTube walkthroughs. Okay, let's come back and let's see what we've got here. We've got some things to take note of. Read write, anonymous. I'll make note of that one. Another one we could run actually is enum for Linux. That one's pretty good. A little older. But it's a shame to not use good tools just because they're a little older. Oh, and here we go. Let's answer this question. Using the Nmap command above, how many shares have been found? Well, we've got 1, 2, 3. And we can see the exact same thing over here. 1, 2, 3. Boop. Nice. On most distributions of Linux, SMB client is already installed. Let's inspect one of the shares. Let's. Password, we'll say nothing. And we're in to the share here. Let's go to ls, see what we have inside. And bingo bango, we've got a log.txt. Once you've connected, list the files on the share. What file can you see? Well, we just saw it, so it's a log.txt. Beautiful. Get log.txt. Exit ls, and we're going to do, look at that. And we've got a log here. What's in there right now? I'm not sure. Open the file on the share. There's a few interesting things found. Information generated by the Kenobi when generating an SSH key for the user. Information about the Pro FTPD server. What port is FTP running on? 21. All right, and now we got another interesting Nmap scan to run. Your earlier Nmap port scan will have shown port 111 running the service RPC bind. That's always a fun one to find, honestly. Let's use Nmap to enumerate this. There you go. So actually, I would actually save this command in my notes. Pause the video. There's a ton of things that are just like random in TryHackMe that are great for learning. Put this in your file. So I don't have this command written down anywhere, so I'm actually going to save that and put it in my notes. Copy. Let's give it a big old run. Oh, I'm about to drink my coffee. That was really fast. What's the question? What mount can we see? /var. It's a little dangerous. Boom! That was task 2 done. Now let's move on to task 3. Let's get the version of Pro FTPD. Use netcat to connect to the machine on the FTP port. Well, we could use that. Let's do it. Netcat. Oh, what am I doing? NC. So do a little banner grab in here, and then we look like our version is 1.3.5. Kill that process and answer the first one. 1.3.5. Hot dog. You know, we could do that. We could do the same thing with Nmap, just to prove a point. Just to prove a point, we can use Nmap to do that. Versioning. We can use searchsploit. That's a toy tool to find exploits for particular software version. Searchsploit is basically just a command line for exploitdb. That's right. How many exploits are there for Pro FTPD running? Well, it's a single character, so that means that it's 1 to 9. It's not going to be 0. That would be silliness. Let's do this. Searchsploit Pro FTPD. What? Oh, 1.3.5. 4. That was almost had to put that into the blooper reel. Coffee break. Oh yeah. You should have found a exploit for mod _ copy module. Let's double check. Mod copy. Right away. Yeah, we got it right there. Bingo bango. The mod copy module implements site cpfr, site cpto commands, which can be used to copy files, directories from one place to another on the server. Oh! We know that FTP service is running as the Kenobi user from the file on the share, and an SSH is generated for that user. Okay, so we know we got the user logged in. We need to copy the SSH key from that location. Bingo bango. We are now going to copy the private key using the vulnerability we just learned about. That's a pretty cool one, actually. I like it. let's input the command here, and also notice that we're going to be copying to a folder that we are able to access via SMB. We could get in there. So let's take something from the target machine via this vulnerability, slap it into a folder that is accessible to me, and then do the exact same thing that I did with the log file. Get it. Kenobi / HID RSA. Ready for destination name. CPTO var temp ID _ RSA. Silly goose. Site CPTO var TMP ID RSA. Copy successful. Completed. Let's mount the var temp directory to our machine. So essentially, I want to have like a direct connection to that mounted file system. So let's mount to it. Make directory mount Kenobi NFS. And now we're going to connect to it. And remember, this is the piece here that's actually connectable. And we're going to join these two things, mine and the target. We're going to mount it. It's working right now. Take a look. It's asking us to take a peekapoo at the mount. Oh, yes, there it is. Lovely. It's a direct connection. Wonderful. We now have network mount to that. Great. On our machine, we can go to var.temp and get the private key, then log into Kenobi's account. Okay, and there's the instructions. Copy it to wherever I want it to go. Sudo, change it, SSH, and using that ID RSA. All right, cool. Let's do it. And I'm going to copy that stuff into here. Copy, mount, Kenobi, temp, ID. There you go. Hit tab and had to think a little bit. Copy that to here. Okay, I actually put it in the wrong spot. Move. I always like to cat it, honestly, just to make sure that there's stuff in there. There is. You don't need to do that. Just something I do. I like to know. We're going to change our permissions on this. I'm already root, so I don't need to do sudo. Look at that. Apparently I've done a CTF machine before. It likes it. And now we are going to use this to connect to our target as Kenobi. SSH Kenobi at 10 10 102 255. Yes. Beautiful. Let's take a look at what it is over here, and we've got the user file here, which is what we're trying to find here. So let's open it up. Bingo bango. We got it. Big ol' submit. Task 3 Done. Moving on to task 4, privilege escalation, which is always super fun. And in this particular case, we are working with a path variable manipulation, which sounds super fun. Just like everything in TryHackMe, I would read it all and get a really good idea of like what's going on. What is a sticky bit? SUID bits can be dangerous. Some binaries, such as password, need to be run with elevated privileges, as it is resetting your password on the system. However, other custom files could have the SUID bit can lead to all sorts of issues. So if we're going to be doing some local discovery and figuring out what's on the system, we can run commands like this. I've run this one a ton before. To search for the system for these types of files, run this command. So I'll go ahead and copy this. This is probably one of the first things you're going to do if you are logged in as SSH on a target system. Let's go ahead and run this command. sbin mount nfs. What file looks particularly out of the ordinary? So now I do like TryHackMe gives you a little bit of hints here. It's like, okay, you're looking for three slashes here, so automatically the SU is going to be not in there and ping is not going to be in there. But I mean, password would be, this one would be fun, and it wants us to go and look for these. So I mean, like, that one looks pretty tasty. Let's try it. It did not like it. That's okay. Basically, we were looking for 4 characters, and menus got it. Change CHSH. Does not like that either. I should edit that part out. There you go. User bin menu. Of course it's out of the ordinary. I guess maybe because it's a menu. Like, well, what would we do with that? Run the binary. How many options appear? Let's go ahead and run the binary that it's got there. So let's go user bin menu, enter. And it looks like it's got 3. Run the binary. How many options? 3. Boom. Bingo bango. Strings are the command on Linux that looks for human readable strings on a binary. Very useful. Use it all the time when there's capture the flags. It shows us the binary is running without a full path. Example, not using user bin curl or user bin uname. As this file runs as the root user privilege, we can manipulate our path and gain a root shell. Because remember, this binary is running at a higher level. If we manipulate something about it, we can make it do something that it's not supposed to do. Strings user bin menu. So we're using strings here, and it's saying that it does not use a full path because I don't see any full paths being mentioned there. So that's something of note for you to put in your notes. We can manipulate our path to gain a shell. Looking at their picture, that they're in the temp folder. So let's navigate to the same spot that they are, and we'll go echo bin sh curl. We're going to put this content into a file called curl. We're going to change it to be executable. Yes, we got that. Export path equals temp dollar path. You gotta type it correctly. and then run the command again. Run run the binary again. And it looks like we've got a shell. Beautiful. That one worked nicely. Now let's grab the root flag. Cat root.txt. Bingo bango. We've got the flag. There you go. That was a fun room. We used FTP. We used SMB to learn about the system that we're on. Then we did some discovery about SUID, learning about a menu, learning about a binary, and then we escalated privileges. I thought it was quite a fun room. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like this video, I've got a whole bunch of other ones. Go ahead and take a peek at the ones that are on the screen right now if you want, while I drink some coffee. You're still here? All right. See you later. Bye.